Greetings and salutations. Welcome back. We are now on episode 2 of my One Piece coverage, and today we will only be discussing one arc on account of the length of it. This is where stuff starts getting a lot longer. It's not quite to the lengths that it will get to, but things are going to start getting real long here. That being said, the arc up for discussion today is Syrup Village. There's a lot of notable stuff about this arc. For one, it's when we start getting to the emotional core of characters, much more so than we have been before. Things start getting longer, of course, and we get our next crew member, Usopp. So we start this arc with the character Usopp being established as being kind of this troublemaker character at the village that he lives in. He's always crying that there are pirates coming, but it's never actually true. And he has this will they won't they kind of thing going on with a girl who lives in this mansion on the outskirts of town, and her butler is very opposed to them interacting at all. You set that up in the one episode, and then the next episode, there's this character named Django who shows up just kind of out of nowhere, and he acts like Michael Jackson but looks like Steven Tyler. It's a good bit because he's a hypnotist, and he can just make you do whatever he wants as long as he can say 1-2 Django, but he's constantly using it on himself because he's also looking at this ring that he pulls out, and he's constantly making himself pass out. It's a fun bit. Of course, Django is eventually revealed to be associated with the butler character, Kuro, who is revealed to be a pirate who has been hiding for forever. I think they say he's been waiting for years for the girl's parents to die, the girl that Usopp is involved with, for her parents to die so that she would gain the inheritance, and then he plans to use Django's hypnotism to get her to willingly sign over her will to him, and then make it look like her death was an accident when he kills her, so that he gets everything. And of course, while all of this is happening, they inevitably find out. I don't remember how they find out. I just know that they find out. And this is where the pacing of One Piece is well deservedly criticized, because there's a fight in here once they are fully fighting the pirate crew, Kuro's pirate crew, where they just and this will happen a lot more and on a greater scale, they'll just introduce 2 new characters, and they're all right, we're fighting these guys now. In this case, it's these 2 characters named the Miauba brothers who fight Zoro. But the real meat of this is when you get to the fight with Kuro, because Kuro is hey, assholes, why is it taking you so long to kill these people? And he has this really great moment where he's I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes, and if you don't get this done in 5 minutes, I'm just going to start fucking killing people. And he does. He has this move where he just he's got these big gloves with blades on the end of them that are really silly. I love them a lot. And he's cutting through rocks with them and shit. And unlike Buggy, he does not have a devil fruit ability. He can just do that. It's just something he can do. And he just starts hitting him with friendly fire because he can't see where he's going while he does it. He's like Vanilla Ice from JoJo's. He's just slicing and slicing, and he's killing his own people the whole time. And it's really it's a really good character moment for Kuro, because you're oh my god, this guy just will not stop at anything to do what he is trying to do. And this is what I say, that this is where the emotional core of the show really starts to shine properly, because there are a lot of moments where there's a scene where Usopp is trying to convince Kaya that Kuro is actually a pirate, and she just doesn't believe him. And I think she slaps him or something, and it really freaks him out. There's a moment where he's trying to convince everybody that the pirates are coming to attack and that they're going to kill everybody, and they just don't believe him because he's been coming into town to say that pirates are there as a joke for forever now. And he's kind of a pussy. Like that's his big thing. That'll be his motivation throughout the whole series, is that he's just kind of a baby, and he like wants to become a braver character than he actually is. But you don't really get much of that in this in this situation specifically. He's kind of in the back line the whole time, and this show very much becomes the like, it's a lot like Dragon Ball, where it's like the wait for Luffy to show up show. And it's well deserved in this situation, because when Luffy does show up, goddamn, dude, he locks in every time he shows up. It's so crazy. He's like a different character when they actually start fighting, because he's just like, he's fucking around, he's eating a lot when he's not fighting, and then he just dials in, and he's got some really really great moments coming up. But yeah, overall, Syrup Village is, I mean, how many episodes is it? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only 9 episodes. It's not long, but it manages to do a lot in those 9 episodes that I'm a fan of. I like Kuro a lot. He does this, and it's got a lot of really small character things in it that I really like, that this show will establish more. It's like just little ticks and things that characters do that help better establish their character. Like even when Kuro is revealed to be a pirate, he does this thing where he like pushes up on the bottom of his glasses with the bottom of his palm, so that he like doesn't get fingerprints on his glasses at all. I think that's neat. My favorite thing about this arc is probably the way that it connects back to the very first arc in the series, because they establish the whole thing about like Captain Kuro faking his death, and they hypnotize this one guy to be like, oh hey, you just captured Captain Kuro, this is who Captain Kuro is. They get a body double to represent Captain Kuro, and the guy that they hypnotize to think that he just beat Captain Kuro in a fight and brought him in is fucking Axe Hand Morgan. They like dice him up super badly so that it looks like he just lost a fight. And I totally missed it the first time I watched the episode. I didn't even catch it. I actually caught it when I was editing the last video. I was looking for pictures of different characters, and I found that. And I was like, oh my god, no way. I think that's such a cool little thing. And it's like, you know, obviously the implication of that is because Morgan caught Kuro, and then they put Kuro to death, Morgan is then promoted to Navy Captain, and that's how he ends up being in the position that he's in when we see him in episode 2. I think that's such a neat, just little bit of world building that was not even necessary. That, I mean, like I said, I didn't even notice it. I didn't even catch it. But it's super small stuff like that I like a lot. I think this arc is really great, you know. You get Usopp in the crew. I like Usopp a lot. He doesn't really do much, but I like him. Hi, it's me in editing. I totally forgot to mention that they beat Kuro. Like, they kick his ass. Kuro fucks off. I don't remember if he gets arrested or not, but Django just kind of gets away. He leaves, and Kaya gives them a ship. They finally get their boat, the Going Merry, and they're set to go wherever next. Bye. So at this point, at the end of the arc, we now have Luffy, Zoro, kind of Nami, and Usopp. And you'll get why I say kind of Nami in the next arc. We're gathering members kind of quickly here, and that's something that'll slow down for sure as we go on. We'll get less and less members over time. We're just kind of building, you know, your starting cast. I think this arc is great. I'm going to have a tier list ready by the next episode, by the next video. I'm compiling a tier list. I'm going to make a tier list of all of the arcs so that we can, like, kind of use it as a reference as the series goes on. I'm thinking like probably a probably an A for this one, honestly. I like this arc a lot. But yeah, that's kind of going to be it. I know that this video was a little short relative to the previous one, but I mean, it's kind of how it's going to be going into this, because a lot of the length of One Piece arcs is just, it's just fights, right? It's like the pad, and it's padded a lot. Especially when I'm watching through Skypiea right now. There is some padding in that arc, dude. It's kind of nuts. But that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I will see you soon when we talk about Barati in the next episode. Later.